What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, ReadOptionAgency.com, going on 23 years selling on eBay full time. Today's Friday. Yes, we get to see the top 5 categories for the week, and I got a feeling my hats are going to take a hard hit because my hats have just been not selling since I did the end and sell similar on them, and I had 25 listings go missing. It feels like a lot more are not being shown now. It just feels like a big chunk of my store is not being shown because something like items, like hats, which is usually my top, I got a feeling they probably dropped drastically. Usually I'm over $1,000 a week in hats. So where will I be this past week after these issues? Also, whenever I list new items, my numbers don't always grow. My item count doesn't always grow. Sometimes it just stays the same. So every time I list, am I kicking out old listings? Are they being hidden, suppressed? I mean, what's going on? And of course, eBay can't tell me either, so. And it still ain't fixed. So we're going on, what, 5 days now or so of this problem? I personally don't know what to do. I don't know if I should stop listing and just wait it out, if I should just keep going. I really don't have a clue because I don't know what's going on. And apparently nobody else does either. So we are at 10:15 a.m. I'm at $144, which ain't bad. I was there yesterday at this time too, and then I basically stalled out at $200 for most of the rest of the day. Nothing would come through, hours with nothing. So made it up to $492 yesterday, which is my third lowest in the last 31 days. We're going in the wrong direction, down 9.9%. Traffic yesterday. 42 items sold, 22 organic, 20 promoted. So we're still hanging around that 40 mark with these issues going on. So 40 to 50. This morning, 10 items sold so far, 7 organic, 3 promoted. That's the biggest question. Like, do I just keep going or not? I don't know. And also, what's up with the feedback? Is the feedback not dropping off after a year now? Because I have at least one feedback that I know is over 13 months, and it's still being accounted for in my feedback. Got a neutral feedback. The shirt seemed very used. Well, yeah. That's a pre-owned shirt for you. And that was actually a nice looking shirt. It was a Beatles shirt. And they put something I would have donated rather than sold online. Of course, 20 feedback. That's where they come from. So I don't know why that feedback won't drop off. It's been over a year. Been over 12 months. So I'm still updating the eBay page on the eBay message boards, hoping that somebody will wake up and read it and see it and step up and do something. Do something better than what's being done, if anything, right now. Let's go with top 5 items for the week. So we got boom to boom. All right. See if I can add the international. For all week, the international was only $70. Oh, I'm so sick of these glasses. I need to get a new pair. So only $70 in international sales. That's another thing that took a hit with all these issues that's going on. Because it seems like my International sales have taken a big hit too, which usually means things are not being fully indexed, what it feels like. So they're not reaching the last part of the indexing, which is usually international. And of course, this is all speculation and what it feels like from over the years of having these issues. But last week, $4,287, down 6.4%. Selling cost is at 49%. I was hoping to get that lower with bulk buying going on. Net sales $1,925, down 5%. So at least the net sales ain't as down as the total sales, which means there's some difference there. 357 items sold, down 17%. Top 5 items for the week. Coming in at number 5, vintage radios. I sold the big, another piece of that I seen that I got at the yard sale. If you've seen my yard sale videos, the cone speaker, $164 total shipped. So that comes in at number 5. Number 4, vinyl records, $375, down 34%. Sitting in number 3 like normal, music cassettes, $492, up 15%. And taking the big hit for the week. So I think I'm down about 50%, 28% from last week. But still, a huge tumble. Men's hats, $594, down 28.1%. So, number 1 this week, music CDs, $961, down 20%. Honorable mention, MLB, $153, down 20.6%. So, yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I'll probably just keep listing and just hope for the best. I'm afraid to end and sell similar. Do more of my items go missing, or will it replenish some of the items that I just did that with? Should I go back and redo the ones that I just did and see what happens? And that's going to cost me money because of the piece count. So I don't know what to do right now. So I'm probably just going to keep listing and hope for the best. Hope for the best. Questions and comments. I got 1 item from the new store, and then mostly media from my big store. Comments and questions. Greed is good. Keep on rolling, man. You want a Lambo, and I'm confident you'll get one for you and your wife. Keep rolling forward. I think I'm smart enough not to buy it, even though I want it, right? Because the only way I would do it is if I was like way over the threshold and go, I could comfortably get that and not care. Because it's like $5,000 a month payment. I mean, I would have to bring in like $15,000 extra a month in order for me to justify something like that. So, not impossible. Maybe that's what I set my new goal as. But of course, if I get there, I'd prefer probably to buy a cabin in the Smoky Mountains and rent it out when I'm not there. I prefer to do that, first and foremost. Okay, learned something today. Did not realize that templates existed. Well, there you go. So if you didn't notice, I started making, my first video is how to list 200 items in a day and hold yourself accountable. So I'm breaking that big video down into small, more detailed videos. And I put up a bunch of shorts yesterday since I didn't do a video. I got up about 7:30 and just did the little bit that was here and moved on. So, and then did that video on roaming the streets via Google Earth in the neighborhoods I grew up in. So many changes. It's interesting. I feel like the place I grew up doesn't really exist anymore. It's so different. My father said to me once, "You can never go home," and I think that's what he's referring to. Home is where you make it. What is that? What was that? Joe Dirt. Home is where you make it. But I know what you mean. Like, you just can't go backwards to the place where you and your family were originally, you know, or especially if your family's gone now. So, promoting everything at 6%. Dude just needs a minimum wage employee who can take a whole year off. Yeah. So, scheduling vacation. Jan took off. It's going to be, I think, October 11th through like the 20th. So Adrian's taking time off. Alex is taking time off. So they'll be here just to ship for me. So all I have to do is answer questions while I'm gone. And don't know what she's pushing Ohio. She said there's 5 Goodwill bins in Ohio. And I'm like, oh no. But then she's like, well, we should just go for the high dollar stuff. And I'm like, well, if we do that, we really need to hit more like flea markets and thrift stores, not bin stores. But I think she set on hitting them. I think she said there's 5 in Virginia too. So I'd rather go that way toward the coast and then go down and around. So maybe we'll go over toward Virginia way. And since it's so late, I wanted to go up, but since it's so late, I don't want to go snow. So depending on, I guess, the weather and how late it seems to push into the year will dictate which direction I really want to go into. Because I really want to go up. But I want to stay warm, or at least jacket. I don't want to get into snow. And even though I love driving in it, I just went for vacation. I want it to be relaxing. To live a dog's life. How many items do you list a day? How many do you sell a day? How many listings do you have in your store? Look, I can't answer questions like that. It's obvious if you watch more than just the one video you're watching. As you stated, already stated. I'm sure perhaps you already stated this, but I'm new to your channel. Well, just hop on into my other videos. You'll see. I've always blurting that stuff out. So, I love your pup dogs. Your dogs are unique. I think they'll know they'll get belly rubs. Oh my God, I did not know about copy template. That is going to save me hours. Yeah, that copy in the template comes in, cuts a lot of time off when you're doing the same thing over and over again. A lot of time. Dear poop, no kisses for the peewee. I think I got a couple more on my phone I'll put up today. One last thing. eBay rep wasn't 100% sure how eBay AI classifies things as abuse. No one knows exactly. It is a guessing game. I have to say the most eBay reps won't tell you the truth. I was lucky enough to meet an eBay rep who told me straight up regarding about restrictions. Let me publish things I have responded to, because I responded to that one. So let me read that one for you. Now, I personally have not experienced this, but a longtime viewer has. So let me read this for you. For this week, I'm down 70% in sales. I don't know why that my account got restricted. I had to call eBay to find out about this. eBay AI is out of control. Currently, I have 4 premium eBay stores, and I'm going to transfer all my listings into one eBay store. I'm going to downgrade those 3 premium stores into non-paying stores and have no listings in them. Each store had a few thousand positive feedbacks on them, and it sucks that I will abandon them. If you have more than one eBay store and your sales suck, then normally call eBay ASAP, and this is why. What I've learned today. This is for eBay sellers who have more than one store. This is really important. I just learned that there's restrictions, dings, not zeros, on my eBay account because eBay AI thinks I am manipulating the algorithm for the views. Let me clarify. If you have an eBay store number 1 and it is open on Firefox, you open Chrome and log into your eBay store number 1 and search your items there, eBay thinks you are manipulating the system and will put you in jail. If you don't call in, you will be in eBay jail, no to low sales for 30 days. But if you call in and open a ticket, it can be resolved in 5 to 7 days. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. So again, if you have more than one eBay item in your store, or more than one eBay store, your sales suck, call them ASAP. Is that something? Is that something new with the AI? Who knows? I could see it as a possibility. And if he called in and he's getting that answer, I don't know. And what's pretty bad is I think I usually use my Chrome and Old Store when I'm looking it up of an item, even when I'm going to post it on Edge and into my news store. So is that somehow saying, hey, you're manipulating the system? And I think I did at one time this week when I had all these items missing, looking something up from my old store on my new store to see if it was coming up like under best offer, how soon it was coming up. Instead of doing an incognito window, I did it there. Did that hurt me? Questions. Here's another comment he made to my comment, because I put interesting. I don't call eBay unless I have to, and this week the sales tanked 70%. I did all the things I could do, use sell similar, sent offers to watchers, have coupons, nothing worked. I called eBay a couple of days ago and requested a refresh on my account. That didn't help, so I called in today, and this rep told me this, and I was shocked. If the seller don't call in, the eBay jail will last 30 days, but if you call in, it could resolve within 5 to 7 days. This is a first for me. Yeah, I've never heard nothing like that, but who knows what's coming with all this AI stuff, and they're just trying to... They're destroying the site is what they're doing right now. They're just absolutely destroying the website. Just imagine eBay could be the first casualty of AI. Because how far are we into them using it? And it's been a complete disaster for the last 2 years. So, and it's not getting any better anytime soon. At least it doesn't seem like it. I mean, it's definitely not better now, today. I don't know, but I'm going to get to shipping. Boop, 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 boop. I don't know. All right, sold on the news store. We have a Las Vegas or Oakland Raiders jacket. Jan picked this up at the bins. Sold for $25. Plus shipping. Headed to the Bronx. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, everybody's always had an argument for having more than one store. Now, is this an argument for only having one store? Your answer is as good as mine is. I don't know. Things just should not be this complicated, you know? All we should have to care about is listing, running our business. We shouldn't have to care about is eBay running their business properly. But we do, because it's clearly eBay is not running their business properly. Because if they were, we wouldn't feel like most of us on YouTube feel. And by most of us, I mean those that will actually talk about it, who are not afraid to talk about it. Got one going to Switzerland. Next up, first up, we got Nike's running, some women's Nike's running shorts. Sold for $8.50, headed to Fair Play, Maryland. Get it right, James. We shouldn't have to ask so many questions. It should just be, you know, you do A, B, and C, and that's it. You shouldn't have to, should I do A because of this? Do I do B because of this? Do I do C because of this? It shouldn't be that complicated. Kennard Sagford, or something like that. Hat sold for $11, headed to Hackensack, New Jersey. We should not have to worry about that. That's like above our pay grade. Knowing if the website's running properly. I'm a reseller, not a freaking tech whiz. It's above my pay grade. There's one statement when it comes to being successful in life. One statement can dictate, in a lot of instances, whether you're going to be a success or you're a failure. And that is the KISS statement. No, not the band. Keep it simple, stupid. Edward. You got, something like eBay that's trying to be something they're not. They have been that way for decade plus now. Travis the Man Who CD sold for $8, headed to Bloomington, Illinois. Instead of just being who they are and being the one and only of who they are, being the biggest of who they are. They want to not be who they are for some reason. Stephanie. Like I said, if I was running eBay, it'd be a totally different show. Commodore's all-time great hits on cassettes, sold for $7, headed to Arizona. I'd be using words like flea market. That's not a negative word, because then you intertwine that word with reusable, recyclables, reimaginable, saving Earth. They've never used, as far as I can remember, never used any of those terms when it comes to the business, and that's what it is. It's not all what it is, but a huge majority. But that's what they were trying to get away from it. And it's, I don't know. They need to embrace it. Hey Monday, Hold On Tight CD. Sold for $7, headed to California. Like, I think with postage keep going up, when the internet came around, it closed a lot of brick and mortars. Postage is going up. I would say within the past couple of years, it's starting to bring brick and mortars back, right? eBay needs to find that balance. Kind of like, I think there was a moment where if there was new product up on eBay, you knew it was like closeout stuff. It was, you know, I guess closeout's the biggest word to use, best used word to use. So if you look at it from that point of view, that's still like a flea market. But that wasn't good enough for them. They wanted the newest iPhones on here. They wanted the newest tech on here. They wanted the newest shoes, sneakers on here. They wanted the newest, and they wanted that to dominate everything else. Well, it's not going to happen because there's too many outlets for that new stuff, including brick and mortar stores. Foot Lockers, Champs, standalones, their own websites. That should have been their bonus material. High-end watches should have been their bonus material. You know, the sneaker identification should have been the bonus. The card should have been the bonus. Wrapped around the core of renewable, reusable, save the world, save the earth, save the planet, buy secondhand core of what eBay has always been. And I think will always be. But will they ever embrace it and use it to their advantage? Jim Neighbors vinyl record. Jim Neighbors, I've heard some YouTubers in the past say, give Jim Neighbors as an example. I think Josh Galt did. I think it was Josh. Jim Neighbors as an example of media that never sells and stuff. I'm not digging at you. I'm just thought it was funny. Jim Neighbors as an example of something that never sells on media. So for $9, headed to Cullman, Alabama. Wasn't a dig. It was a comedy. I don't even know if it was Jim Neighbors, he said. And I don't even know if it was exactly him for sure. So it's just a funny observation. But anyway, you know what I mean. Like if they would have pushed, speaking of Josh, a market like antiques instead of high-end watches, I think you could gain a lot more, not just sellers, but buyers of those items, antiques, than high-end watches. How many people out there is going to be buying a $10,000 watch, right? I mean, the percentage is limited compared to how many people are going to buy a CD on eBay. Or a vintage picture even. An antique picture. Like if I was eBay, not only would I grab that market or just exploit that market, I would try to create my own trends via commercials and social media and stuff. It's so easy to do nowadays. If you get 10 high influencers who all of a sudden say they now collect vintage pictures, guess what? You're probably going to have a year or so of pictures being a pretty good seller on eBay because, ooh, this person said it was. So I'm going to say, ooh, this is kind of fun. Oh, yeah, look at mine. You got this. It could be the new trading card gig. I'll trade you this picture of this grandma from 1800s for you. You know, I mean, I would be going after stuff. I would be putting energy into things like that. Trying to create new trends and new things to, as I'm talking here, I'm thinking, how can I use that for my stores myself? So think about that too. If eBay's not doing it, why can't we do it for our own stores? So think about that too as you're doing it. Some of these ideas I'm throwing out. But anyway, Chris Rush 8-track sold for $11, headed to Georgia. But if I was that powerhouse and had that money and had the ability to spend tens of thousands of dollars on promotions and stuff like that, that's what I'd be doing. I'd be building my own ecosystem, if you will. My own trending ecosystem. Oh, how did vintage pictures get so popular? I don't know, but man, it's fun. Guess what? eBay started that. That's what I would be focusing on. Things like that. Would it work? I don't know. But if it does, you're the one that's going to greatly benefit from it over everybody else. What other website are you going to go to find old photographs? The first one that comes to mind, and probably the only one that comes to mind, is eBay. Start trying to create trends in the market that you possess, you are dominant in. For me, if I was like head of a business or even part of the team of marketing and stuff, that would be like a fun goal. Can we take something that's nothing and turn it into a phenomenon, or at least a year-long hip thing? You know what I'm saying? That's what I would be doing. But hey, who am I? I'm just a dude from the streets of St. Louis who lacks education and just likes to enjoy life. Hang 'em High on DVD. Sold for $8, headed to Glendale Heights, Illinois. Because when you think high-end watches, your first thought's not eBay. And no matter what you do, your first thought's not going to be eBay. Because those people are not taking chances on eBay. They're going to auction houses and actual websites that deal with that high-end stuff consistently. Reputable places. And now that eBay owns one of those companies, they can shift all that stuff over there and make eBay what it is. Golden's the Golden Auction House. They got a show on Netflix. Jack Scallop vinyl record sold for $20, headed to Oak Park, Illinois. And what, they own that TG thing, or that card thing also, right? Do people sell on there also? I'm not sure. I know rarely anything about cards, so. Or is that what they sold off to get Golden? I don't know. Anyway, not really keeping up with that. Because all I care about is the eBay side of it. Because that's all I'm invested in. Let me fix that tape. Ta-da! El Rey Deborah. That tape sold for $11, headed to Miami, Florida. Just some thoughts that I'm thinking of at the moment. Being I have no topic to talk about. Next up, we got Star Wars Return of the Jedi DVD. Sold for $7, headed to Westminster, California. Moonlighting. Soundtrack on cassette. Sold for $7. Headed to Seven Valleys, Pennsylvania. I don't know. John. "20 Greatest Hits 1958. On cassette. Sold for $10. Headed to Staten Island, New York. Cassettes have picked up. Picked it up. Picked it up. Nope, wrong James there. That's right. All right, Mr. Greg. Next up, Minnetonka black leather cowboy hat. Pretty cool wear and stuff on this hat. Let's see what title there. Made in the USA. Sold for $15. Headed to Sarcoxia, Missouri. That's a new one for me. Sarcoxia. Never heard of that one. Next up, we've got a little ministry for you. Filthy Pig CD, sold for $8, headed to Manchester, Georgia. Georgia. I do got one little new surprise thing here. Not really a surprise. Well, it was a surprise to me. Jason. Waiting for Jason. Next up, we got the EA-18G Boeing cap. Sold for $13.50, headed to Washington. Washington. HAI. Here's the... So, if you didn't watch the video, I got a lot of free stuff from a viewer. Thank you. And so I put up a few of the wallets so far, and one already sold. This Tap Out. And sold for $17. Headed to Gurnee, Illinois. So thank you much for that purchase. Thank you much for the free stuff. Much appreciated, for sure. So, Xander. So that was pretty cool. I took pictures of all the hats yesterday, so those are in my draft bank. Might put some up to this weekend. Review purchases. Confirm my pay. Print the shipping labels. Bong, ka-bong, 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 ka-ka-bong, 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 ka-bong. Hey, what are you doing there? Did you like this video? If you didn't like this video, I'm coming for you. You better like this video. Why are you being so mean? Dang. Well, you wanted them to like the video. So like the video. Good call. Good call. Like the video. Like the video. Like the video. Like the video. Don't mind me. When I do that Cats in the Cradle thing, I don't think of the original because I never could get into the original. I think of the Ugly Kid Joe version. Cats in the cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the band on the moon. The band on the moon. The band on the moon. The International is a Bette Midler CD promo, disc only. That sold for $22.50. Biggity bam. Gotta take my biggity bam where I can today, it seems. Exonda. Exonda. That's a powerful name. Exonda. Hi. Jason. Waiting for Jason. The Zeros. Waiting for Jason. Rochelle. Rochelle. Oh, Rochelle. Rochelle. Mr. Greg. Call me Greg. Mr. Greg. John. David. Mary. Mary, Mary, why you bugging? Scott. I want to rock right now. Joe. I'm not internationally known. I'm just known throughout the microphone. Or something like that. Jerry. Mary, Mary, why you bugging? Mary, Mary, I need your loving. Or hugging or something. Haven't heard that in a long time. Little Run DMC for you. Brooklyn. Speaking of Run DMC. They're from Brooklyn. Or were they from Queens? Or were they from both? One from, who was, somebody, maybe they were all from Queens. Were they all from Queens? I don't know. Kevin. Stephanie. Stephanie. Why do you step on me? Edward. Why you step on me? No, not step on me. Step on me. Eclectic Leftovers. That sounds pretty cool. Eclectic Leftovers. Oh, dude, I forgot to print my thingy bobber. I forgot to press the labels. Generation. Clash. Generation. All right, where are we at? We are at 11 a.m. And we are at $171. So, know how the day's going to turn out today. I really don't, because of all the weirdness going on. Hopefully you guys have a good day, good weekend if I don't see you or talk to you this weekend. And hopefully you have better sales than me. I'm going to get a frozen Coke and look for some yard sales. See you all in the next video. Later.